everyone, and welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well. Today we look to win our second trophy of the season here at Monterrey, only in early August, as we take on the defending MLS champions, the New York Red Bulls, in their Campeones Cup. And it is at our home ground too, only a one league tie, so that is in our favour. So if you're looking forward to that, remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and want to keep up to date with this Hexagon Challenge, also hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. But we have only played one game since we made our way through to the Leagues Cup semi-final yesterday, which if you missed, I will leave a link to in the top right corner, where we beat Deportivo Toluca 1-0, making it a double in a week over those guys. A scrappy win. Really should have won that game by more. A few good chances that hit the woodwork there, but we still got the job done with our rotation team, and we stepped back into Liga MX off the back of that with our full strength team, and we're able to pick up a very nice 4-1 win at home against Mineros de Zacatecas. We got off to a very good start in this game. In the 5th minute, a headed clearance from a corner that went straight to Carvajal. He made his way down the other end and put away a good finish into the right-hand side, a goal to make it 1-0 after 5 minutes. And then 8 minutes before half-time, Clayton on the ball into Renan. He puts the ball across for Hernandez, just fizzes one along the ground. Goalkeeper must have lost sight of that because not a very good effort. And we made it 2-0. And then right before half-time again, in the 45th minute, Clayton puts the ball in. Puente with a lovely little flick header down. He's done that a few times this season now for Carvajal, and he picked up his double. Then in the 57th minute at 3-1, as we restarted in the second half, Bermudez with a good ball forward to Colorado, just being played onside there from our centre-backs, and he makes it 3-1, but then we restore our advantage. 2 free goals right at the hour mark. Wellison, good ball for Gutierrez, who slots that away in the bottom right corner, and we made it 4-1. A very good performance by Carvajal, 2 goals and an assist, but a very good performance all around from our boys there, and a nice comfortable win to keep us unbeaten for the season and in Liga MX as well. And as you can see, we have now gone top of the table, albeit Club America Querétaro do still have games in hand, so could catch us up, and it is still very early days in terms of Liga MX. But we detour from that and the Leagues Cup today to take on the New York Red Bulls in this Campeones Cup, which, as you can see, just a one-off game as we look to win this for Mexico, more or less. Just a one-off game between the best team in Mexico, which apparently is us, thanks to winning the second phase of Liga MX last season. We take on the MLS winners in the New York Red Bulls, who, as we saw from yesterday, are currently 6th in the Eastern Conference, now 12 points behind Inter Miami, who have gone top, and a team who are doing, this season-wise, a little bit worse than LAFC, who we beat in the Leagues Cup earlier, and Vancouver Whitecaps, albeit different conferences, could be affecting that. But in theory, this is a team that we should really be beating based on the fact that we came from behind to beat LAFC, but no doubt they are going to give us a tough game today, especially as we will once again be using our rotation team for this game. So we'll show you guys the team and the medical center first, because that's been a bit of a theme the last few episodes. Jimenez is just back. We're probably not going to risk him for today, but Clayton played off the bench in yesterday's episode, played that last game. He will be a bench player for us. In terms of players not available for today's game, Ocampo is still out with an injury. Ayala as well. Ocampo is nearly ready to come back, but luckily we do have Abundis, the good promising centre back, and we've also got Garcia suspended, our CDM, so that means De Luna is going to have to come in where he and Barco would normally operate. But otherwise, it's more or less the team who have been playing most of the games you would have seen on camera recently. Gomez still at left back as well because of that injury to Ayala, which means that Barber has to step in to the first team. But on the whole, pretty good team. It's a team that's been doing a decent enough job for us at the moment, and hopefully they can get it done once again and we can win our second trophy for the season here at Monterrey. But without any further ado, we will come back shortly from the Estadio BBVA to take on the New York Red Bulls in this Campeones Cup. So I'll quickly show you the team sheets before this game. We've already ran through some good options on the bench for us should we need to use them, but otherwise mostly the same rotated team that we've been using in the last few episodes. The New York Red Bulls on the right, a couple of names there that no doubt are going to be familiar. Matthias Pellegrini, perhaps the most obvious, as well as Gianluca Busio from good old Sporting KC. He is now at the New York Red Bulls in this save, but otherwise don't really know much about them, obviously being from America. Hopefully we can do a good job against them though, because no doubt they are going to be a team who could be one of our opposition in the CONCACAF Champions League later this season. So it would be good to get a good win over these guys early in the season and dent that American confidence. But hopefully we can pick up our second trophy of the season in this game. And the formation, the New York Red Bulls will be playing a 4-1-4-1. So that will take a little bit of breaking down, no doubt. They're looking a fair bit defensive, but they are in the black with the red socks, and we are in our blue and white stripes. And it will be the New York Red Bulls kicking off, playing right to left at our home ground. Hopefully we could take advantage of that quite favourable situation. Playing this game at home is quite good for us, it has to be said. Saves travel, and hopefully that will keep the boys a bit fresher for the upcoming games as well. But New York on the attack early as they get this underway, playing the ball up to McGee on the wing, puts a ball and it will go out for a corner after half a minute. So I've definitely started this game off strong, not giving any position up early as they're about to put this ball in through Pellegrini, puts it in the mixer, and we do head that away through Abundis. He tidies things back up. Here does the New York Red Bulls captain Pellegrini Alessi. Good slide tackle there from Carvajal, and after a minute it remains 0-0. 7 minutes gone here in New York with another attacking chance here from a throw, and they put it in, but Garcia heads that away, albeit straight to Arcia. Now Vega holding the ball quite nicely just outside the box. Pellegrini with a long shot. Had a little bounce before the goalkeeper got past him, but hits the post, and we cling on to the 0 scoreline at the 10-minute mark. Up to the 30-minute mark here, it's been a very quiet first half so far, but we have a corner, we put it in, they do head it away. Do the New York Red Bulls, only 2 shots to 1 as De Luna gives up on the ball here, and now the New York Red Bulls do have a chance on the counter. McGee to Arcia, and they now look to get the ball forward through Pellegrini down this left-hand side. Just sizing up Garcia, I believe that would be. In fact, it's Alvarez. Get my right backs or my wing backs mixed up. We do clear the ball, but New York Red Bulls looking to get another attack on the go here, as it's been a very quiet first half so far. As I said, not many shots by either team, but from the highlights we've seen, New York looking the more threatening team, but a good foot in there from Garcia, and maybe we can strike here deep from within an hour and a half as we get the ball up to Nunez. Good ball out to Pidgley. He makes his way forward. Ball there for Solly. Tight angle. We'll probably look for support here. Puts the ball far post. And it's a header from Juan Carlos Carvajal, our backup left winger who we bought in. Or I say we, our past manager bought in from China. And he has done a really good job since joining the club. You can see he's on a yellow heart. Picked up a bit of a knock about 10 minutes ago. Recovered from red to yellow. So hopefully he'll be able to last till half time anyway. But a good ball from Solly. Just given far too much space there at the far post. And out of nothing, really, we make it 1-0 at the 32-minute mark. 38 minutes gone, and it is the New York Red Bulls with a goal kick. They pump it deep, and Abundis heads it forward, albeit they do cut it back out, do New York, and they look to get going and try and get an equaliser in this game. They can feel a bit hard done by based on what we've seen highlight-wise, because they have most of the possession in the highlights that we've seen, but we just struck on the counter to make it 1-0, but they look to get things back on level terms as Alessi makes his way down this left-hand side, puts a ball in. Pellegrini with the header, it's just over the bar, and it will remain 1-0 just before half-time. And that is half-time, a half that, for the most part, the New York Red Bulls actually dominated. You can see the XG there, theirs in black, ours in the lighter blue that's kind of in the background. Very even first half. Somehow we ended up with double the shots that they did. It didn't seem that way from the highlights that we saw, but luckily we got them on the counter just after the half-hour mark, and Carvajal, who just recovered from a little bit of a knock, was able to put away a header at the far post and make it 1-0. But apart from that, a very even game, despite the fact, as I said, that we've had twice as many shots as they have. But considering that, pretty happy with how things are going. We are going to make a few changes at halftime. Pidgley on only a 6.3 rating, so I think we're going to take him off for Gutierrez, and Wellison can come on for the goal scorer Carvajal as well, just because he did pick up that knock in that first half. So we'll change those wingers, and when we come back, we'll be into the second half of this Campeones Cup, 1-0 up against the New York Red Bulls. 48 minutes gone here. We have a throw in deep, an hour and a half to start this second half off. Of course, playing right to left in this half as we look to get a cushion goal to just put this beyond doubt a little bit more, because this game is definitely still in the balance. New York have been quite threatening in that first half, as you have been able to tell by those highlights. As I said at halftime, probably a little bit fortunate to be 1-0 up, but we've been clinical with our chances, and they haven't up until now. You can also see we've got a few yellow cards that we've picked up early in the second half, Nunez and Avila, but we make our way forward with Gutierrez, although he does lose possession there, and New York will look to get us on the counter yet again. They pump one deep, but Gomez cuts it out for us. Now Gutierrez down the right-hand side. What can he do? Fresh off the bench, just inside, puts a ball in. Wallison with a header forces a good save at Avila in goal for New York, and we will have a corner still at 1-0 at the 50-minute mark. Nunez to put this in, but Fabini is able to head that away. I think Nunez is going to get there. He just does enough to get the ball back for us, and it will remain 1-0 just after 50 minutes. 56 minutes gone, and New York are on the ball just outside our box, and they look to make their way forward through McGee. He is making his way forward. Good shot there from a tight angle. Forces a good save out of Rodriguez, tipping that over the bar, keeping it at 1-0 for now. But as you can see, they have been quite threatening throughout this game, have the Red Bulls. They have a corner, and Fabini or Arcia, not too sure who that was, but it's just over the bar, and it does remain 1-0 at the hour mark. 63 minutes gone. It's another throw for New York. It's a bit of a push there on Vega, it looked like, but luckily it was outside of the box, so the referee might be playing advantage. It's a shot there from Dean. It's just wide. They look like they're going to equalise in this game, but for now it remains 1-0 as we get to the 66-minute mark, and I think we're going to make a change here, our third and last of this game, and I think Avila will come off. He's been a little bit so far, and we'll bring Renan on for him, who did a decent job off the bench when brought him into that box-to-bowl midfielder role in yesterday's episode. That's our last change, Renan for Avila, and we've got 24 more minutes to try and hold on to this 1-0 lead in this Campeones Cup. 70 minutes gone, and we have a throw-in looking for the cushion goal, though New York clear that quite easily, albeit we are back in position and in a good area of the pitch. Nunez just holding the ball up back to De Luna, out to Christian Garcia, the young left back, over to Lennon, and we just look to build something here. De Luna out to Nunez, Gutierrez, Nunez again, and it's now Almaraz. This is some good patient play from us as we look for that second goal to hopefully put this game beyond doubt, which would be a bit of a result because New York have been quite good so far. Good ball there from Solly for Gutierrez, but a good save again from Vera. Good diving one to his left to keep it at 1-0 with 20 minutes to go. So when we do get down the right end, we are looking threatening, but New York are also coming at us and looking quite threatening as well, and they are going to do it again on the counter-attack here through Vega as he makes his way forward after that corner was cleared. Alessi out to Fabini, but it's a poor pass, and it will remain 1-0 with just over 15 minutes to go. 78 minutes gone, we have a free kick. We try and find Solly at the far post, but we're getting closer to full time, albeit still a little bit of time left, holding on to this 1-0 lead, which is quite nice against the team who has looked pretty threatening, as I've said quite a few times today, in New York. But we get the ball up to Gutierrez and try and find the second goal. Nunez just knocking the ball about on the edge of the box. Gutierrez somehow keeps possession for us here. Finds Wallison, and that could seal it. A good ball from Alejandro Gutierrez after he nearly loses position on the edge of the box. A good fizzer in for Wallison at the near post. You can see Gutierrez nearly loses position there, but somehow De Pascala just falls over more or less. He finds Wallison, just gets in enough space to lash that into the top right corner, and we go 2-0 up with just over 10 minutes to go in this Campeones Cup. 86 minutes gone, and we have a free kick more or less on the halfway line as we just look to close this game out at 2-0. That's a good ball for Wellison. Good chance to make it free, and it hits the post. That was a really good chance, but it will remain 2-0 with only a few minutes left to go. 94 minutes gone. We are past referee's time, and we now have a corner as we look to wrap this up. A good performance from our rotation team. They clear the ball. We will have a throw-in if the referee chooses to play it. We're all set up for it, and it's full time, and we get a double, and that's a really good result with our rotation team. New York threw a lot at us in that game, but we held on. We were able to keep them scoreless, and luckily for us, we put 2 in the back of the net, and we're able to lift this Campeones Cup, and that's an early season double for us, and hopefully there is a lot more to come this season. We are definitely targeting that CONCACAF Champions League, as we said, but that's a good bit of silverware early in the season for us. We pick up a double. We're going to get the good old goalkeeper handstand or cartwheel, I suppose, this time from Rodriguez instead of Schneller. But a good win for our rotation there. That should hopefully give them a fair bit of confidence when they are used for the rest of the season. But New York, despite the stats, looked a lot more threatening than that would show, and we were able to put 2 goals in the back of the net through Carvajal and Wellison, both of our left wingers. And as I said, we make it a double with a good 2-0 win over the New York Red Bulls in this Campeones Cup. So back in the inbox, and as we confirmed at the end of that game, we've already done a double here at Monterrey for the season. A solid 2-0 win with that rotation team. New York definitely gave us a bit to think about in that game, but we get the job done, and everyone seems to be happy with us. The second time we've won that Campeones Cup, so not a trophy we've won too much here at Monterrey, or the club have, I should say, but we're able to get them their second one of those in their history, which is nice to be able to say. But 2 trophies here already, and we're definitely looking out for some more for the rest of what is hopefully our last season in this Hexagon challenge. But that will do for today's episode. When you come back, we'll show you guys highlights of 3 Liga MX games before we get into the Leagues Cup semi-final, what should be a really tough test for us against one of the better teams in the MLS, albeit a team that won't be in the CONCACAF Champions League, being out of Canada, and that is the Vancouver Whitecaps. That will be a good test for us at BC Place as well. Really nice stadium, that one, based on what I've seen of it. Obviously in New Zealand, but it always looks like a really cool stadium, that one. So we'll be off for a trip to Canada, and that will be in tomorrow's episode. But if you did enjoy today's, where we lifted the Campeones Cup, then remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and want to keep up to date with this Hexagon challenge, then also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. And until tomorrow, where we go to Canada to take on the Vancouver Whitecaps in the Leagues Cup semi-final, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.